If you're playing Avowed, then there's a good chance you're a sicko, like me, obsessed with loot and finding the best options out there. Heck, that's in our DNA as RPG players. My name is Kodiak, this is Legacy Gaming, and today I'm sharing the secret of Starmetal and revealing how to obtain 2 of the best weapons in all of Avowed. Now, Avowed is a funny little game. There are quests and loot that are impossible to miss, but there are also plenty of things you can easily miss if you don't step off the beaten trail. Exploration isn't a new concept in RPGs. In fact, it's baked into the price of admission, and for those of you like me that love exploring every nook and cranny of a map, you'll find some pretty remarkable things. Today we're going to focus on Starmetal, a unique resource hidden throughout each zone. These precious pieces of metal are mysterious at first, but towards the end of the game you come to realize their awesome potential, and that, my friend, is the end game here. All in all, there are 4 fragments of Starmetal, and by the end of this little adventure, you'll have 2 insanely powerful weapons, one melee and one ranged, and regardless of what build you ultimately go, these weapons can help you push through to the end of the game and beat Avowed. So to start, we'll head to Dawnshore, the first zone in the game. There's a chance you've already found your first fragment of Starmetal here, which is good, because it's not exactly hidden. East of Paradise is a point of interest called the Godless Altar. Inside, you'll find a band of Zarups guarding, you guessed it, an altar. Take care of them in whatever manner you see fit, and there, on said altar, is your first fragment of Starmetal. At this point, a quest will automatically trigger called Forged of Star Stuff, and the game will push you to discover its use. Sadly, there's not much you can do at this point except ask around. Talking to various blacksmiths at each of the cities reveals that the only smith capable of forging such a rare metal is in Solace Keep. However, if you're still early on in your adventure, this means next to nothing, so we forge ahead. See what I did there? Once you reach Emerald Stair, you have another opportunity to pick up a fragment of Starmetal. This time we're looking for the Damp Burrow northwest of Fior Messiverno. This is a relatively secluded cave, and you'll know you're in the right place when a massive ogre named Incern attacks you. If you're just at level, this is one heck of a fight, so make sure your gear is up to par before you take him on. If the game's difficulty is still giving you a challenge, check out our Wish I Knew Sooner video, which breaks down some important elements of how the game approaches progression and difficulty. Once you defeat the ogre, you can loot the cave, including the fragment of Starmetal found nestled against a wall. Continue progressing through the game until you reach Shatterscarp, the 3rd zone. The fragment here is a bit more out in the open, but the zone itself is a bit tricky to navigate. Your goal is to reach the abandoned mine, which you can access by going east of the ancient lake bed and then climbing the series of rocks and scaffolding until you reach the cliffside above. There, out in the desert, is the fragment waiting for you to find. The final fragment of Starmetal is found in the 4th zone, Galawain's Tusk. This also happens to be where the secret concludes, and the reason you'll want to find all of these fragments before you get here is because you'll need all of them to create 2 of the best weapons in the game. The 4th fragment is found deep in the Ash Forest, which is located here. If you pick up the bounty quests in Solace Keep, and yes, we've come full circle, you can actually track the Bounty Destual quest, which leads you right to the fragment's location. Loot the item and the boss will spawn, and you can choose to kill him or not. Really, that choice is up to you, but either way, you have your 4th fragment in hand, and you'll want to head back to Solace Keep. There, you'll talk to Forge Master Della, located here. He is the legendary smith you've heard so much about, and the secret to transforming these precious chunks of metal into weapons of immense value. The first time you talk to him, you're offered a choice, which weapon you want to create with the Starmetal. At this point, it doesn't matter. You have more than enough fragments to create both, either a sword or an arquebus, so choose either option. The first sword he creates is called Meteor Blade. This is a legendary item with the enchantment Lamenting Flurry, which reduces enemy damage by 20% for 15 seconds after you successfully attack them with a combo. The weapon also has the passive effect Freezing Lash, which deals plus 10% frost damage with each hit. Next, you'll want to choose the Arquebus option, and you'll receive the weapon Moonstrike. This legendary gun has the enchantment Ondra's Scorn, granting the weapon's power attacks moderate frost accumulation to nearby enemies. It also has the passive effect Freezing Lash, which deals the same plus 10% frost damage per hit as the sword. Once you have the base weapons, you can talk to the Forge Master again, and because you have 2 more pieces of star metal, you can use them to upgrade each of the weapons you just obtained. When upgrading the sword, the Meteor blade turns into Ondra's offense, a superb quality 2 out of 3 weapon. Taking this back to camp reveals that Lamenting Flurry can be enhanced to either Crashing Tide, which reduces the enemy damage to -40% for 15 seconds, or Tidecaller's Revenge, which deals high stun and frost accumulation to nearby enemies when you successfully parry. When upgrading the Arquebus, the Moonstrike turns into Heavenstrike, a superb quality 2 out of 3 weapon. Taking this back to your camp reveals that Ondra's Scorn can be enchanted with either Ondra's Anger, which increases the frost accumulation to nearby enemies to high, or Lunar Champion, which grants you 5% damage reduction for 10 seconds after killing an enemy. Truth be told, both weapons are incredibly potent, and at this point in the game, you might consider using them as your main, as most enemies in Galawain's Tusk can be challenging to deal with during that first leg of the adventure when you enter this zone. I should point out that both weapons can continue to be upgraded using the standard process, going all the way up to Legendary +3, but that is still a bit of a way off in your adventure. Either way, with minimal effort and some solid exploration, you are now the proud owner of 2 of the best weapons in Avowed. So there you have it. Ondra's offense and Heavenstrike are yours to wield as you see fit, and with your Avowed adventure coming to the final chapter, it's the perfect time to have such powerful weapons during this stage of the game. If you have any questions about the locations of Starmetal or just overall thoughts on the game, be sure to leave us a comment in the section down below, and as always, if you appreciate the work that goes into creating these videos, do me a solid, hit that thumbs up, and consider subscribing. My name is Kodiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.